So what's the deal on credit inquiries? Well, here's what's happened. Is one of the key things about why I'm asking you about the credit inquiries for the last 120 days is because underwriters are concerned that they're underwriting a file that's not complete. In other words, what they're afraid of is that you've gone out and applied for credit within the last 30, 60, or 90 days, or in this case 120 days, and it isn't showing up. The new credit that you might have gotten is not showing up on the credit report. And all that they really want to do is they want to underwrite with the facts. So one of the things that they do is they require that we explain and write a letter explaining that no new credit other than what's on the credit report has been extended to you, so that they can measure the debt ratio properly. So this is what the form of the credit inquiries looks like on your credit report. And as you can see in this particular case, there are a lot of them. Now they will want an explanation on each one of these. Now I will tell you that each one of these pulls, see all pulled in 912, the credit technologies, Nations Reliable, CR Technique, that's all one pull. It's a TransUnion, an Equifax, and an Experian pull. So you can write the same explanation for all three of them. And I'm going to show you the format that I think is the best and satisfies the underwriters almost 100% of the time. So this is what the inquiries look like, and in many cases it's very easy to see that it was a mortgage pull, but in some cases, like this Reliant, my guess is that this was when you're applying for utilities. And this USA SB, it says here it's a credit card account. Now they're obviously going to be very concerned about any credit card accounts that have been recently applied for, unless they show up on the credit bureau that we pull. So that's just for FYI. And so what I'd like to do is go to what I consider a good example of what a credit letter looks like, or an explanation, and I'll be glad to send you an example of this one. Alright, so here it is. It's an inquiry example. In this particular case, I'm doing this on October 17th, and it basically says, to whom it may concern. Here is my explanation in regard to the inquiries that show up on my credit report in the last 120 days. Now what I've done is I've listed each one of them by date, by the label that they have on the inquiry list that shows up on the credit report. So you can just check these off one at a time and go down the list. And all I did was copy this one thing, and I just duplicated. I just copied and copied and copied. I did change the dates, and in some cases I changed how it reads on the credit bureau, because I want it to coincide. I want it to be really easy for the underwriter to be able to check this off their list, because all it is just something that they check off their list. On a couple of them, I wanted to go and show you an example here, is that most of these are mortgage inquiries and no additional credit was extended. It's very important that you put in that line, no additional credit was extended. But here, this was a credit one bank, so this is the credit card one, and I put the answer in, no additional credit was extended. Now, if there was credit extended, you need to say that, and you need to say what your balance is. USAA, no additional credit was extended. Well, guess what? There may have been, so I left that blank. You need to explain what those are. And then Reliant, I use this one as one that the credit report already shows this, so the credit already shows up on my existing credit report. It's account number blah 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 blah. The account has a zero balance, or whatever the balance is. So the premise of this example is not for you to copy exactly what I put in here. It's to use this form as a template to give the underwriter accurate information. So hopefully that is important. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. It's very important that you sign it, hand sign it, and make sure that they can read it. But it's very important that your signature is on that. This can't come in an email. It has to be something that you actually signed your signature to. So hopefully that will be a good start for you to understand how the inquiry comes. Now hopefully you're not going to have this many inquiries, but if you do, now you know exactly what the underwriter is looking for. So that's it for credit inquiries.